Hari Om. Good evening. A very warm welcome to all of you. Please come. Let's pray together. Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amrutam gamaya. Sahana vavatu sahano bhunaktu sahaviryam karavavahai tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Shri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. O Lord the Almighty, together with faith, devotion and prapathi, we offer our sincere and humble salutations at your lotus feet to seek your grace, your mercy, your blessings, your love, your compassion, your forgiveness, your strength, and the divine qualities, Shraddha, Bhakti, Jnana, Vairagya, only and only to understand thy true nature. We beseech in you, O Almighty, that at the end of our lives, please bless us so that we reach your holy feet. Om Tat Sat. Today we are on our Divine Discourse number 265, TATVA BODHA, Talk 21, the 11th of February 2022. Plavanama Samvatsara, Uttarayan, Hemanta Ritu, Maghamas, Shukla Paksha, Dashmi. On this auspicious day of Friday, an auspicious time of the evening, we take a firm resolve in our minds that whatever comes to us in our lives, be it any situation, circumstance, occasion, incident, through a person, object, place, all that is only and only to uplift me uplifts the soul at the behest of the Almighty. I completely accept whatever comes with faith, devotion, and surrender. Our humble salutations to the entire Guru Parampara. Om Tat Sat. A warm welcome to all of you. Good evening. Hari Om. Please come. Well, there was some technical snag as we could all experience, and it's basically because of the platform. And we are trying to figure it out, but still we are not able to get a solution to that. Anyway, in the meantime, if it occurs again, I'll be sending another link. So please rejoin with the new link. So at least that much we are able to figure out as to how we should move on without getting a break. Okay, so the number of times it breaks down, there is a snag, it disconnects. So then we'll again re-log in and we'll start again. So that should be our modus operandi. Okay, now let's take a quick recap of what we studied in the last class and we'll move forward. So we have now been studying TAT TVAM ASI. Tat means Lord, the Eshwara. Tvam is you as a jiva, and Asi means are one and the same. So this is a Mahavakya. Now we'll go into more depth during this time. We need to get a complete grasp of this. Okay. Now, a brief recap of what we studied last time. Two aspects to understand the TATVA BODHA, which is the foundation of the entire Vedanta. So one is rejecting the false is one aspect. And what is that false? That you are the jiva. That is one false. So we have to reject it. And then asserting the fact that Brahman, consciousness, Paramatma is the truth. And there is nothing else other than that truth. So essentially, I reject what I am not and I assert what I am in truth. So these two constitute the entire foundation to TATVA BODHA. Okay. Now we were studying TAT TVAM ASI, this Mahavakya. As I explained you the meaning, it's really surprising and sometimes it appears weird. But as we understood during our last class, it's not told in one place. Maybe we could have called it as a slip of the tongue, but in several Upanishads, in the Brahma Sutras, everywhere this has been told again and again. So what we know here is what this jiva is in truth. We have to understand to get the real understanding of TAT TVAM ASI. In fact, I am sure that today you will have a much better understanding. We are going to talk much more in depth. So with this background, you will be able to understand better. So what is jiva in truth? That's one question. What is jiva in appearance? So there is something which is the truth and something is appearance. So the same applies to Eshwara as well. What is Eshwara in truth and what is Eshwara in appearance? So now, to understand this standpoint, we used a metaphor of the sun, the bucket of water, and then water in the ocean, and the reflection of the sun in the bucket of water and also in the water of ocean. So now here, the sun is getting reflected in the bucket of water. So bucket is compared to the body, which is the Sthula Sharira. Water is compared to the mind, which is the Sukshma and Karana Sharira. And here there is a reflection of the sun. That is the reflection of the consciousness. So bucket of water by itself has got no sentiency. We understood this. And it has got no light of its own. So in the same way, this body or mind is insentient. It does not have its own sentiency. But the moment the reflection of the sun falls on the water, the moment the consciousness is on this mind and in your body, you see that just as the water is lit up in the bucket, even your mind and body is lit up. So we understood that this reflected consciousness, which is there on a constant basis in us, right from our birth till our death, is called as Chetana Shakti. This is the key to the entire Ajnana. What is that? Ignorance of the jiva. The root cause of our jiva bhava, which is resulting in this cycle of births and deaths. We are not aware of what is happening within us. This particular mind and body are considered that they are on their own. They have forgotten the sentiency aspect. The light in the bucket of water, the reflection in the bucket of water, thinks that this light is its own light. It does not look up at the sun and say, oh, it is that which is the truth and I am a reflection. So once we understand this key aspect to our ignorance or ajnana, then we are out of the jiva bhava. Because that is what is resulting in the cycle of births and deaths. So now what went wrong exactly is we do not know what is the right knowledge. Like if you don't have a right address, you will not reach the destination. So now that right knowledge should come where? Into our head. Because Ajnana is in our mind. So the knowledge has to come in my mind. Not in my guru's mind or in my neighbor's mind. It has to come in my mind. And what knowledge it has to be? The knowledge has to be about Atma Jnana. If you have the knowledge of, say, mathematics or chemistry or of aeronautics or of some construction, anything else will not. All the knowledge of the world will not drive away the Atma Jnana from your head. So having it in the right place and the right knowledge will get you out of this samsara. So the moment the reflection of consciousness happened on the mind, the ahankara, the aham bhava got mixed up with the reflected consciousness. We studied this as well. And once the ahankara got developed, then you feel that I am doing, I am enjoying, I am suffering, I am giving, I am taking, I am in pain, I am in joy. So this ignorance has made you the doer, the karta. And when you are the doer, the karta, because of ajnana, avidya, there are desires, kama, and because of the desires you get into action to fulfill your desires, which is karma. And that karma, if it is as per law, it is sukha, pleasure. If it is against the scriptural laws, it is dukkha, which is papa. And you are in this anartha parampara. But whence the jnana dawns, sentiency is not its own nature. You understand this? That this sentiency is not due to the reflected consciousness, but due to the sun up above. So this sentiency is due to that Paramatma consciousness. Reflect on this Jivatma, which was otherwise Jada and Sama. It is insentient. You got an idea of this complete understanding. So in this way, now you are aware of what is the truth. We understand everything around. Look at the people in our lives, as we discussed last time. So many people, we have spent quality time with them most of our life. Suddenly we see they are not there. So all this is an appearance. Even you are an appearance. That is what the Atma Jnana is telling us over here. Understand this. Jiva is an appearance. This world is an appearance. Eshwara is an appearance. We'll study more about this today. I am not what I am. I am that consciousness appearing as a jiva. This is that supreme knowledge. We have to position ourselves rightly. Okay. So now when this happens, when you get the right knowledge, what happens? Right positioning, right understanding takes you to the right destination. So that is known as Jivan Mukti or liberation. Only this liberation can give you that feeling, I am not the jiva. Naham jivaha paratmeti jnanaschet nirbayor bhavet. What is this saying? I am not the jiva. Then who am I? Paratmeti jnanaschet nirbayor bhavet. Paramatma. If one knows this, it's only in this body, it's only Lord and Lord alone. There's so much of just common sense is enough. What have you done to create this body? Nothing. In the cycle of creation, you were created. How are you sustaining on a moment-to-moment basis? It's the Bhagavat Krupa. That Paramatma is there in this body. He is running this body. Leave away the Jivatma Bhava. If one knows this, then he lives a life without any fear. Whatever happens to you, the Jiva Bhava, I is not happening to you because you have come out of the Jiva Bhava. You know it's a reflection. For example, while you are walking, there is a gutter on the side of the road. Your reflection, your shadow falls on the gutter. Now, do you feel disgusted or embarrassed? Do you rush home to take a shower? Oh, I'm fallen in the gutter. No, you know it's a reflection. You'll say, it's just an appearance, it's not true. So in the same way, when you know that you are not there, all this is just an illusion. Because it's that Paramatma and Paramatma alone that is the truth. Rest all is appearance. With this knowledge, see, you have to get this straight in your head. It has to go and beat your subconscious mind. Unless and until that happens, we will not be able to digest this knowledge. So once this happens, you know that yes, there is no Jivatma here. It's only Paramatma. Come out of that mind. It's easier said than done. You have to practice. It's not that it's impossible. There are so many who have attained that. You will see for yourself that what kind of pressure was there on your mind that will slowly ease out. All your worries, your anxieties, your fear, your difficulty will just vanish because you are now no more in the Jiva Bhava. Just taking the example of reflection of you on the gutter, or it could be Ganges. You will say, what does it matter? It may be a gutter or on Ganges water. It's a reflection. As they say, the goal of spirituality is, earlier when you are in the Jiva Bhava, for every small thing you will say, what? You're so anxious. What? This happened to me. When you have this out of Jiva Bhava attitude, you know your true self. You'll say, so what? So this, from what to so what, such a big difference. Atyantika dukkha nivrutti, paramananda prapti. Atyantika dukkha nivrutti. All your worries are nivrutti, they are gone. Paramananda prapti, you attain that divine bliss. So this liberation is, you know who you are. the primary reason or the effect of a liberation. You come to know who you are exactly, and you reject what you are not. At the Vesti level, now I am a Vesti meaning I am an individual. At the Vesti level, I come to this understanding. Primarily, because I have understood myself to be the body, the mind, and the people around me, to whomever I am associated, I feel that's all me, 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 me. Depending on the relationship, that is the kind of attachment I have. But not to forget, you yourself is a reflection. All others are reflection. So now, so far we have understood that jiva, who had thought to be in just an appearance, and you are not that. It is Paramatma and Paramatma alone. And what is the truth? You got that understanding. Just like as in a dream, you are a character in a dream. Your own dream which you have spun in your mind, you are a character, and you are disturbed to no extent based on the situation in your dream. A horrified situation, you are terribly disturbed. There is a death of a near and dear in the family in your dream. The entire financial structure has broken down. You are with so many diseases. Now everything is going against, and you are horrified in the dream. But the moment you get up, that realization comes, oh, it was a dream. See how easily you shirked it away. So in the same way, when this knowledge comes, that I am the jiva, which is nothing but a reflection of the Paramatma, and Paramatma alone is the truth, then you are out of the jiva bhava. Because you have accepted that it's all Paramatma and Paramatma alone. See, now in the Bhagavad Gita 13th chapter, we are slowly moving towards the last segment. The 26th verse to the 34th verse is that the Lord is giving us the dictum, is giving us the verdict of what is Atma Jnana. It is the same thing again which is said in different ways. So that I-ness is actually not you, but in truth it is the Paramatma experiencing the world. So there is no you, there is only Paramatma. This is what we need to understand. Meaning, Naham jivaha paratmeti jnanaschet nirbhayor bhavet. So now from the Vyashti, let's move to the Samashti. Vyashti is individual, Samashti is the whole creation. So the same consciousness in the bucket of water as jiva, now is it not reflecting on the ocean? Yes. The same sun, there is ocean there and there is a bucket of water here. As it reflects in the bucket of water, it also reflects on that magnificent ocean, creating a remarkable view. What kind of a view? Which can uplift the mind, be it any person. It promotes the mind of, say, a photographer, a cinematographer, an artist, a painter, a meditator. They all get inspired looking at that sunrise or sunset and the reflection. Even a poet or a lyricist, they would want to write a poem or a song. But will a poet want to write or feel inspired to write a song or a poem looking at the reflection in the bucket of water? No, there's a big difference. Why are we talking on this? We are talking of the magnitude between the jiva and the Eshwara. See, where did our journey start? We are saying jiva and Eshwara are both one and the same. Now we are comparing. Who will look at the reflection on the bucket of water and write a poem or get inspired and start painting? No, nobody will do that. But Anybody would do that when they look at a reflection or the sun on the ocean. So the fact is, the reflection of consciousness in samasti, meaning as a whole, as reflected consciousness, which is called as Eshwara, is also an appearance just as a jiva. See, we are going step by step. Consciousness, which is the sun, is reflected in me as an individual who is called as Veshti, and that reflected consciousness, which is the Chetana Shakti, is driving me as a person. That same consciousness, that same sun, as it is reflected on the ocean, which is the samasti, huge, meaning the entire creation, that is known as Eshwara. So even on a jiva and even on Eshwara, there is a reflection of that pure consciousness. So what we can understand here is the essence of both the jiva and the Eshwara is that one and the same Satchidananda consciousness, Paramatma. Just as the essence of the reflection on the bucket of water and on the ocean is the same sun, the essence is the same. So from the point of view of truth, essence, both the jiva and Eshwara are one and the same. So in TAT TVAM ASI, this Mahavakya tells us to reposition our definition of jiva. At the moment, what? We have positioned ourselves to be an individual. So the Upanishad tells us, by repositioning yourself, you will be able to redefine yourself. So to conclude, the Mahavakya TAT TVAM ASI tells us jiva is apparent, it is an appearance. Eshwara, jiva at the Veshti level, individual level. Eshwara at the samasti level, at the cosmic level, is also apparent. Both are appearances. You are not this jiva. That I which we all are experiencing in our daily lives, in and through, is nothing and nothing but that Paramatma and Paramatma alone, which you as a jiva has mistaken it due to ignorance as yourself, and you are living in this Bhranti, which is an illusion. Just as we have created a dream in our mind and we live in that dream while we are dreaming, in the same way, we, out of ignorance, we are not aware what our true self is. I'll give another example. This is again given by Jagadguru Bhagwan Shankaracharya. What he says: now take a mirror. You keep it in front of your face. Now what you will see? You will see the reflection of this face in the mirror. Correct? So when you see the reflection, when you see in the mirror, what do you see? You see the reflection of the face and the mirror. They both are one and the same. So now he compares the mirror to your mind. And that face, that original face, is compared to Satchidananda. He says, when this original face, whenever there is a mind, automatically there is a reflection. You remove the mirror, there is no reflection. You bring in a mirror, there is a reflection. So what he says, this particular mind, which is the mirror, it has got a relationship with at three levels. This mind has a relationship with the body. The mind has a relationship with the reflected consciousness, which means my face which is reflected in the mirror has got a relationship with the reflected face, and it has got a relationship also with the original face. Now what he says is, the relationship of the mirror, which is the mind, with the reflection, he says it is sahajam, it is natural. Whenever there is a face and you bring a mirror in front of it, you will see a reflection. And then he says, this particular relationship of the mind with the body is karmajanyam. Karmajanyam means it is born out of karma. Every body gets a mind. Every different body gets a different mind. He says this is born out of karma. Janyam means born out of karma. And it is there till the time your prarabdha karma is there with the body. This mind is also there. So the relationship with the body, he says, it is karma janyam till the time of your prarabdha karma. And with the reflected consciousness, with the chetana shakti, sahajam, as the mind comes, the reflection is there. Now the most important part. What is the relationship of this mind, your Sukshma Sharira, with consciousness, that is the Paramatma? He says, Bhranti Janyam. So when we say mind, it is to be understood as Ahankara. That Ahankara which is there in me, that I am doing, I, what is there? He says, it is Bhranti Janyam. It is out of illusion. You have grossly and wrongly mistaken everything. This is what Jagadguru says. So this is again a wonderful example. Try to properly understand this. That ahankara which is there in you, with that reflected consciousness, meaning the mind, the mirror, and the reflection in the mirror, they both have become one. Mirror and the reflection have become one. So in the same way, when that Chaitanya Shakti entered in your body, the Aham Bhava came in and said, it is me. It is me who is giving all this light. It is me who is giving all this strength to the body. It is just taking undue credit of itself. This is that Bhranti Janyam. It has got no relationship with the Paramatma. It is born out of ignorance. So in this way, now we have to carefully understand all these subtle points and move forward in our study. Otherwise, we will be stuck in ignorance. There is no way that you will be able to progress. You are always in the jiva bhava. So now look at your own self. This body, what we have very wrongly understood. Now you have got an idea that yes, I get an idea. Everything is created by this Prakriti. Everything is sustained by this Prakriti. Then why am I unnecessarily having this wrong notion of me? Let me live with the notion that it is God and God alone. So here, when we move to now let's move to the next level. So far it was told, reflection is apparent in the bucket of water and the ocean. But then a question may come to you. Yes, I understand. There is a bucket, there is ocean, there is water in the bucket, there is water in the ocean, there is a sun. Fine, there is a reflection, but there is mind also. Means there is water in the bucket. Now what happens to the water? Mind is there in my body. So you say consciousness is there only when the mind is there. This is what we just now understood. So which means whenever there is water, there is a reflection. When you remove the water, there is no reflection. So for that consciousness to come into a body, for that sentiency to come, you need a mind. That's the reason a stone or a tree or other jada vastu, what we call insentient objects, they are insentient because they don't have a mind. So the reflecting medium is the mind. So now one has to understand that I am consciousness, okay, but you also have a feeling that I am the jiva. You cannot say apparent, it's just an appearance. Oh, it is there for some time and it is not there for some time. I am in both these. Now, don't we feel this? Whenever we are in this true knowledge, we find, yes, it is all Paramatma, Paramatma, fine. But after some time again, what happens? When the mind goes away, we are in Paramatma. But when the mind comes back, we are back into the world. Is it not our all experience? So now, here, you have to come to an understanding, I am that pure consciousness and consciousness alone. You don't have to be in samadhi. If you are in samadhi, what you are doing? You are keeping the mind away. And you are in that pure consciousness. But here what they suggest is, you don't have to be in samadhi all the time. What one needs to have is that deep knowledge of how this whole thing has been constructed. Because as a jiva, you are functioning in the world and you are getting that knowledge. You are Atma Jnani, you are a realized person. So which means, are you in samadhi, walking in samadhi, sleeping in samadhi, talking in samadhi? No. You are behaving in the world, but yet you have that knowledge in your mind which has gone deep within, and you know the truth, reality, and you have got the facts straight. So now, to get this kind of a reckoning, where one need not be in the state of deep meditation but still have the impact of not being associated with the mind. Okay? So now we'll have an understanding. This can happen only by knowledge, and Vedanta gives you that kind of a knowledge. Even let's say you're doing bhakti. In bhakti what happens is, you have to invoke that bhakti again and again. Unless and until that bhakti is there in you, you will not have that same love and affection or that devotion towards the Lord. You have to keep that constantly in you in bhakti. Now if you go by the Raj Yoga, you have to have that feeling, or that you have to be in samadhi, meditation all the time of this fact. In karma, you have to again and again keep thinking, everything I am dedicating to the Lord. But now, in this Jnana Yoga, subconsciously, if you have trained your mind, then you are sorted. So now let's get that trick. How we can be in that state of samadhi even while we are functioning in this world. So we'll take a diversion here. We'll have some more examples to understand, to get this knowledge. Okay, now we start. Clay. Now clay has the potency to become a pot. With clay, you can make a tumbler. With that same clay, it also has the potency. Potency means it has got the strength, the ability to become a plate, a jar. So likewise, now clay has got that strength to become various objects. A number of things. The way you mold it, it becomes that. Okay? Example 1. Now we take example 2. Gold. Now gold has a potency to become a earring. Gold has the potency to become a bangle. Gold has the potency to become a nose ring, an anklet, a chain, a necklace, all these kind of ornaments. Now, if clay can have the potency to become so many things, if gold can also have the potency to become so many things, ornaments, to appear as many, although gold is one, but now it has appeared as many objects. So then why not that pure consciousness have the potency to appear as many? This is the question in front of us. So in fact, not only that consciousness, that Parabrahma, Paramatma has got the potency, but everything in this creation, for example, not only consciousness of Paramatma has got, but everything else, any ornament, any other substance you take, it becomes so many things. As you took clay, as you took gold, you take water, it becomes waves, it becomes bubbles, it becomes mist. So now the difference is, a clay can become a pot, a lid, a tumbler, a basin, a jar. Gold can also become a necklace, earring, nose ring, chain, bracelet, but gold can never become a clay pot, or a clay pot can never become a gold chain. So far so good. Every object in this universe has got the potency to become something else. Like cotton. Cotton has got the potency to become a shirt, or to become a sari, or to become a kurta, many things. But can cotton become a clay pot or a gold chain? Now the beauty is, amazingly, consciousness, this Brahman, from whom everything comes, has got that infinite potency. It can become anything. Now that potency is called as Shakti and Maya. That consciousness which is in me, and also me as a jiva, and also in Eshwara, please don't forget that, the reflection in the ocean and in the bucket of water. This potency of Brahman, which is in abundance, that power is abundance, it is in Samashti, in Eshwara, and is called as Eshwara. But when that same consciousness is in me as a Veshti, an individual, the potency is very limited. That is the difference between a jiva and the Eshwara at the appearance level. But in the essence, we understood it is that same consciousness. The degree varies. So the point here is, although the pots are there, ornaments are there, waves are there, but if we ask the question, what is the truth in all these, be it the pots, the ornaments, or the waves? Let's go one by one. Gold ornament. What is the truth? What is the truth behind the gold ornament? Obviously gold. Why do we say gold is the truth? Because we can never have a gold ornament without gold. You cannot separate an ornament and show the ornament without gold. See, this example is of olden days where there were no other ornaments. Nowadays you get silver, you get copper coated, this, that. They're talking of the olden days where there was golden ornaments. So can you make an ornament without gold? So the ornament is apparent or is an appearance which is just, it's unreal. But the fact is, also, the ornament has got no independent reality other than gold. And in Vedanta, if something has no independent reality, we call it as mithya, which can eventually become badita. Badita means it loses its existence, can go away. Badita. So every wave, now take in water, every wave goes away. As you see in a sea, there is a wave. Many waves are coming. Every wave goes away, but the water remains. Every ornament goes away, but gold remains. Every pot goes away, but the mud remains. So what is the truth? And what is apparent, meaning appearance? What has got an independent reality and what does not have an independent reality? Gold has got an independent reality. The ornament does not have an independent reality. Gold can remain as gold and gold alone, but an ornament cannot remain without gold. Does a wave have an independent reality? No. Does water have an independent reality? Yes. So from all these inferences, so far what we discussed, one can arrive at the following. See, now this is all that subtle knowledge which you are getting with various examples. What did you understand? From gold came ornaments, gold ornaments. From mud came pot and various other pottery. So cause is the truth and effect is apparent. Clear? Cause is gold is the truth, that is the cause. Bangle is apparent, it is the effect. Why apparent? Take away the gold, where is the bangle? Cause is the truth and bangle is apparent. An appearance. Gold has got a potency, with this potency it has become ornaments. But all the ornaments are actually false. Gold alone, which is the cause, is true. Ornaments are effects, gold is the cause. Let's get this. Ornaments are the effect, which are an appearance. Gold is the truth, which is the cause. So this is very clear to us now. So now let's apply these examples with reference to Paramatma, Parabrahma, Almighty Consciousness. Brahman has got the potency to become this entire universe. He created this entire Brahmanda. One Brahmanda is 7 lower worlds, 7 upper worlds. Lower worlds, Atala, Sutala, Vitala, Rasatala, Mahatala, Patala. Upper worlds, starting from earth, Bhu, Bhuva, Swaha, Maha, Jana, Tapa, Satyam. So, this Paramatma, consciousness, Brahman, has got that infinite capacity to create not one but infinite Brahmandas, just as gold has got the potency to become various ornaments. So Brahman has become the whole creation, the whole world of variety. Just as all the gold ornaments are apparent, the entire creation, the world of names and forms are apparent too. Now it's getting very clear. Just as the ornaments are an appearance, are nothing but the effects, the cause is gold. In the same way, this entire creation, the names and forms, are all appearances, and the appearances effects, the cause is that consciousness alone, that Paramatma alone. So what is the truth? Gold is the truth. Brahman, consciousness, is the truth. And by this we arrive at this famous quotation, Brahma Satya Jagan Mithya. Clear? See, when we say Mithya, I'll tell you my difficulty, what I faced. Maybe some of you are with me. I used to always get confused when the word mithya, mithya means false, no? What are they saying? I see such an illustrious, dazzling world in front of me and they call it false? How can it be? Now, mithya means apparent. We have not understood the meaning of the word mithya. So what we have to understand, when they say mithya, you may have a meaning of mithya, whatever you may have a meaning, please erase that. Now replace this. When we say mithya, what is the exact meaning? Means it is apparent. It is an appearance. Not that it is not there. It is an appearance which does not have its own source of existence. As simple as that. It does not have its own source of existence. For something to be mithya, it has to be seen, of course. Then, because you're saying it is an appearance, no? So mithya is that which is seen and that which eventually becomes badita. Just like a jiva. I'm seeing a person. He doesn't have any existence, his own existence or source of his own existence. One day he dies. Badita. He's gone. No more. So, this being living, non-living, right from all this to this entire creation, which is the effect of the cause, that Parabrahma consciousness. So far we have analyzed two things. Consciousness, Paramatma, is the ultimate truth. Being, consciousness has got two appearances. One is at the Veshti level as a jiva, and the other one is at the Samasti level as Eshwara. So therefore, jiva is an appearance and Eshwara at the Samasti level, at the entire creation of Brahmanda. Now when you see a person, you see a person with his limitation. You know his height, you know his weight. He is a person to that extent. He is appearing to you to that extent. Now Eshwara is appearing to us how? As an entire Brahmanda. Now what the Shastra says, Eshwara is also an appearance. At one point of time the Brahmanda is not there. That science is also telling us. It all goes into the black hole. And at one point of time jiva is also, we know it's an appearance. For this we don't need science. We are seeing it day in and out. So the truth is consciousness, called as Brahman. You can call Atman, Paramatman. So now the question comes. Now let's again look at what happens to that water. Water is again our mind, Sukshma Sharira. So in this example, water is different from the sun. That we know very clearly. Water is the medium of reflection. Sun is consciousness. The reflection is the reflected consciousness. Water is the mind. But in reality, the actual facts, the body, the mind, the stula, sukshma, all this sharira has come from, as we studied in our TATVA BODHA, Brahmashraya Sattva Rajas Tamo Gunatmika Maya Asti. It has all come from Maya. The Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, with these three gunas being present in the five elements, this entire creation has happened. So Maya is the nature of the three qualities of Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, and exists depending only upon Brahman. All this creation has come because of the potency of Brahman. Just as the gold has the potency for ornaments, clay has the potency for various vessels, Brahman has the potency to create this entire universe. So the potency of Brahman is called Shakti and also called as Maya. And what is the definition of Maya? Yama Sa Maya. Maya means Yama. Yama means that which is not actually doing anything. Now this is something which we need to understand. Yama, that which is not actually doing anything, meaning that which has not created actually anything true. How do you say this? The potency of gold does not create an ornament. It creates only an apparent ornament. It does not create by itself a true ornament. No. Gold has been shaped into the form and a name is given to that. Like Maya. Like say for example, compare Maya to a goldsmith. He creates an ornament like a gold bangle. But without gold, the goldsmith has got nothing to do. You give him the gold, he'll give you a form to the gold. The potency of clay created an appearance called pot. The potency of water created an apparent wave. So therefore all potencies can create effects which are only apparent, which are meaning appearances. So they remember the truth is the cause. So Maya has actually not done anything, meaning it has got the potency from Brahman and it has executed it. Just like the goldsmith has got the potency from you who has given him the gold. He has given it a form. So therefore in the example of this water, this is the ocean, water of the ocean or the bucket of water, we can understand that just as that entire Veshti and Samasti being the effects of consciousness are only apparent. And what the truth is? Consciousness alone, ekam advitiyam. Just as the reflection in the ocean of water and in the bucket of water was and is a mere appearance. But the truth is the sun up above. Same way the Veshti and Samasti creation is just an appearance, mithya. And consciousness Brahman is the truth. So now, during our next class, so far whatever we have studied, we will take like all the body, mind, mana, buddhi, chitta, ahankara, the 5 elements, the pancha pranas, will take everything, the 5 senses, organs of action, and we'll see what is mithya and what is satya. Then we will be able to understand this much better. We'll come to much more clarity in terms of, yes, I now understand that Brahman alone is satya and rest is all mithya. Okay. So Hari Om, Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. We'll end here. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Shri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. We offer today's Jnana Yajna at the lotus feet of the Lord to seek His grace, mercy and blessings. Our humble salutations to the entire Guru Parampara. Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. Idam Namama. Om Tat Sat. Thank you everybody for being a part of this wonderful journey. Hari Om.